my heart in a heavy coat, locked the windows, stayed afloat, laughed at the poets in the silver screen. Love was a ghost I'd never seen. A calculated, cold design. I was doing well, I was doing fine. I had my walls built 10 feet high, underneath the gray and predictable sky. I swore I knew how the story would end, with no one to break and no one to bend. Until one day I met her, and the colors leaked into the gray, like the sun finding its way through the rain. Every logic I held just went up in flames. I didn't believe in the ever after until one day I met her. With the lightning strike, more like a hum or a shift in the light, just a tilt of the head and a quiet word, the kind of music I'd never heard. Now the code is off and the windows are wide, there's nowhere left for the doubt to hide. Until one day I met her, and the colors leaked into the gray, like the logic I held just went up in flames. I didn't believe in the ever after until one day I met her. It's terrifying, beautiful thing to feel the way that the heart can bring. I was a skeptic, a man on his own, but I'm not afraid of the great unknown. Until I met her, until one day I met her. I've walked through 1,000 crowded rooms, seen the same faces, smelled the same perfumes. Usually I'm looking for the nearest exit sign, just passing the hours, just killing the time. But the air in the hallway started to change, like a familiar song played in a key that was strange. It wasn't a spark, it wasn't a flame, but the heartbeat inside me didn't feel the same. I stopped in my tracks, I couldn't look away. There was a grace in the silence she didn't have to say. Something about her felt different, like different. She's not a storm, she's the calm after. There's a silver thread woven deep in her laughter. I used to keep my thoughts in a guarded place, but they're all spilling out just looking at her face. It's a brand new language I'm learning to speak, the kind that makes a strong man feel beautifully weak. Something about it felt different, like a moon hanging low in a midday sky, like a truth I'd known but could never describe. The world stayed the same, but the light hit the floor in a way that I never noticed before. Yeah, something about it felt different. Something about it felt different. My face was a mask of serious things, deadlines and shadows and tangled up strings. I carried the weight of 100 nights, living a life of calculated bets. I'd forgotten the muscles, the way they should move, stuck in a heavy, predictable groove. And then she leaned across the table with a crooked grin and let a little bit of sunlight in. She wasn't performing, she wasn't on stage, she just turned a leaf on a dusty old page. And it caught me off guard, it caught me by surprise. I felt the crinkle in the corners of my eyes. I didn't plan it, I didn't even know that I had that much light left to show. She made me smile without trying, and for the first time it didn't feel like lying. It wasn't a joke or a clever punchline, just the way that a spear started to entwine with the parts of me I'd hidden away, the parts that didn't know how to play. Now the gravity's gone, the air feels light. For the first time in years, everything's bright. And it caught me off guard, it caught me by surprise. I felt the crinkle in the corners of my eyes. it hurt, there it is again. She made me smile without trying. Yeah, just like that. The permanent guest. I pour my coffee, but I let it get cold, staring at the steam like a story being told. I checked my watch but didn't see the time, trying to focus but I couldn't find a line between the work I'm supposed to do and the way my memory keeps drifting back to you. Close my eyes, there's your silhouette, open them wide and I haven't moved yet. Every street sign looks like a name, every song on the radio sounds the same. I didn't invite this, I didn't plan to stay, but she stayed on my mind all day. From the first light of morning to the neon blue, every single heartbeat was a thought of you. I'm a passenger now, I've lost the way. She stayed on my mind all day. Talk to friends, I try to laugh along, but I'm tuned into a different kind of song. The way you moved your hair, the way you said my name is playing on a loop, a never-ending flame. It's a sweet distraction, a beautiful haze. I'm wandering around in a permanent daze. I didn't invite this, she stayed on my mind all day. From the first light of morning to the neon blue, every single heartbeat was a thought of you. I'm a passenger now, I've lost the way, 'cause she stayed on my mind all day. Am I losing my grip, or just finding my feet? It's the most peaceful chaos I've ever had to meet. Yeah, she's the only thought I wanna keep. Every hour, every minute, couldn't stop it, I wanted to. She stayed on my mind all day. All day. All day. All day. The world is a chorus of static and noise, of sirens and shouting and lost little joys. I used to seek silence, I used to see gold in the quietest corners, away from the cold. But then she started talking, a low steady hum, and suddenly all of the static went dumb. It's not just the words or the things that she says, the rhythm, the cadence, the soft-spoken haze. It's a velvet vibration that settles my bones, the purest of frequencies, the sweetest of tones. The city could scream, the thunder could pound, but her voice became my favorite sound. Like a needle on vinyl, a slow-moving river, the kind of a melody that makes my heart quiver. I trade every symphony, I pull every lever, 'cause I could listen to her forever. She's telling a story or describing the rain, and I'm hanging on every note of the strain. The way that she lingers on a T or an S is a beautiful secret I'm proud to possess. I don't need a radio, I don't need a band, as long as her whispers are close in my hand. The city could scream, the thunder could pound, but her voice became my favorite sound. Like a needle on vinyl, a slow-moving river, the kind of a melody that makes my heart quiver. I trade every symphony, I'd pull every lever, 'cause I could listen to her forever. If she spoke in a language I didn't even know, I'd still follow the sound everywhere she would go. It's the anchor I needed, the wind in my sail. Don't stop talking, just keep going. I could listen to her forever. Yeah, I used to leave my phone face down on the bed, ignoring the world, just staying in my head. Notifications were just a chore to be done, a list of demands under a digital sun. But now I'm checking the screen every few minutes or so, watching for a spark, waiting for the glow. My heart does a somersault when the vibration hits. I'm losing my cool, I'm losing my wits. A simple hello or a picture of the sky is enough to make a grounded man feel like he can fly. I'm staring at the bubbles, watching them play. Her text became the best part of my day, a little piece of magic in the palm of my hand. The only thing lately that I can understand, from the good morning find myself typing and deleting it all, trying to be steady, trying not to fall. But she sends a joke and I'm back in the deep. A reason to wake up, a reason to sleep. The world is getting smaller, just the size of this light, keeping me company all through the night. I'm staring at the bubbles, watching them play. Her text became the best part of my day. A little piece of magic in the palm of my hand, the only thing lately that I can understand. From the good morning wish to the late night hate, her text became the best part of my day. It's just a screen, it's just some glass and some ink, but it's the only connection that helps me to think that maybe, just maybe, she's waiting for me too. There she is, my favorite part of the day. Yeah, her text became the best part of my day. The clock on the wall used to be my only friend, counting down the hours until the shadows would end. I'd stare at the ceiling, tracing the cracks, watching the moonlight crawl across the tracks. The silence was a weight, a heavy hollow stone, the kind of quiet you only feel when you're alone. But now there's a ghost of life in the hall, and the memory of her leaning against the wall. I'm looking at the stars, but I'm seeing her eyes, and the darkness is wearing a beautiful disguise. The stars are still high, and the world is still quiet, but the cold in my chest is no longer a riot. I'm breathing in deep, I'm finally sure the nights didn't feel lonely anymore. Since she found a way through the lock on the door, the shadows don't frighten me like they did before. I used to need the TV just to drown out the air, just to pretend that somebody was there. But now I can sit in the dark and just be, 'cause the thought of her presence is keeping me free. It's like she left a candle burning deep in my mind, leaving the lonely in the hollow behind. The stars are still high, and the world is still quiet, but the cold in my chest is no longer a riot. I'm breathing in deep, I'm finally sure the nights didn't feel lonely anymore. Since she found a way through the lock on the door, the shadows don't frighten me like they did before. The 3 a.m. silence used to feel like a cage, but she helped me turn to a brand new page. Now the night isn't empty, the night isn't long, it's just the slow tempo of a beautiful song. I'm finally at peace. Yeah, the dark is just fine. Nights didn't feel lonely anymore. I spent 20 years defining the term, with logic and science and lessons I'd learned. I thought it was a contract, a trick of the mind, a fever that left all the sensible blind. I watched from the sidelines, I stayed in the shade, proud of the fortress that I'd carefully made. But all of my fears, they fell to the floor the second she walked through that open door. It wasn't a puzzle to solve or to see. It was a weightless, incredible gravity. It's not a storm, it's the light on the sea. It's the first time I'm finally who I should be. The movies were wrong and the poets were right. It's the end of the tunnel, the start of the light. I'm wide awake now, and I'm finally sure. So this is what love feels like. It's the peace in the morning, the grace in the mess. It's the yes in the silence I didn't confess. It's not about winning or holding a hand. It's about being known and being able to stand. I've been looking for meanings in all the wrong places, but I found the truth in the simplest of spaces. It's not a storm, it's the light on the sea. It's the first time I'm finally who I should be. The movies were wrong and the poets were right. It's the end of the tunnel, the start of the light. I'm wide awake now, and I'm finally sure. So this is what love feels like. It's quiet, it's warm, it's home, yeah. So this is what love feels like. Ooh, I finally get it. I saw a yellow umbrella in a window downtown, and I felt the whole world spinning around. I saw a book on a shelf with a dog-eared page, and I stepped right out of my cynical cage. It's funny how the world used to just be a map. Now it's a minefield of memories, a beautiful trap. A specific shade of blue in the morning sky, the way the steam curls when the kettle is high. I'm seeing a ghost in the mundane and plain, like a soft-colored lens on a window of rain. It's in the scent of the clover and the hum of the street, in the rhythm of footsteps on the concrete beat. I can't look away and I don't wanna try, 'cause she's written in stars and she's painted in her eye. Yeah, everything started reminding me of her. The world is much brighter than it used to be, for sure. I heard a song from a car passing by, and I caught myself smiling and I didn't know why. Then I realized the melody had that same little lift, like the way that her laughter starts to drift. There's no such thing as a simple detail anymore, not since she stepped through the frame of my door. It's in the scent of the clover and the hum of the street, in the rhythm of footsteps on the concrete beat. I can't look away and I don't wanna try, 'cause she's written in stars and she's painted in her eye. Yeah, everything started reminding me of her. The world is much brighter than it used to be, for sure. It's a treasure hunt I didn't know I was in, finding her traces under my skin, the coffee in the clouds in the back of my mind. Every little thing, the big things too, but mostly the small ones. Everything started reminding me of her. I watched her wave and walk around the bend, and I felt a silence I didn't want to defend. I stood there frozen in the afterglow, counting the seconds, watching her go. I used to be the master of the goodbye, but now I'm staring at a wide open sky. The memory of her is a beautiful star, but it's leaving the hunger deep in my heart. I've got the highlights playing in my head, but I want the story, I want what's ahead. Because a moment in time is just a spark in the dark, and I'm looking for the fire, I'm looking for the arc. I've memorized the way that the light hit her hair, but the ghost of the feeling isn't enough to be there. One meeting wasn't enough, I'm ready for the deep, I'm done with the rough. Yeah, I wanted to see her again. I'm checking the clock and I'm checking the street, wondering when our orbits might finally meet. Is it too soon to call? Is it too late to try? I'm overthinking under a midnight sky, but the logic is gone and the instinct is clear. I'm at my best when she's standing right here. Because a moment in time is just a spark in the dark, and I'm looking for the fire, I'm looking for the arc. I've memorized the way that the light hit her hair, And then she walked in, gray skies, eyes turned gold. A hand for me to hold. Am I enough? She didn't ask. She just looked past the mask. Life suddenly felt brighter. The heavy heart grew lighter. She made my world feel alive. She made my world feel alive. For the first time, I was walking through the ruins of a life I used to love, staring at the ground, never looking up above. Then she hit me like a sunrise, breaking through the room, turning all the wind into an unexpected bloom, turning all the wind into an unexpected bloom. Yeah, I forgot how to laugh, forgot to feel the spark, but she was drawing lines of color all across my dark. It's scary how a person can rewrite the whole script, fixing every single place where my spirit slipped. Life suddenly felt brighter. The heavy heart grew lighter. She made my world feel alive. She made my world feel alive. For the first time, I didn't know it could be like this, so bright. She changed the whole world. Yeah. Single, delicate acoustic guitar notes plucking slowly, a soft breath before the first line. I used to keep the windows locked, the doors all sealed, living in a fortress on a lonely field. I thought that staying hidden in my own dark space, but then she walked in with a quiet grace and looked right past the mask upon my face. She was the first person I let in, where the armor ended and my skin begins, and my skin begins. I pulled down the walls, I dropped the key, I showed her the parts that were hidden in me. I opened my heart for the very first time, and she was the first. She taught me how to talk about the things that ache, to share the little moments and the steps I take. It was terrifying, it was beautiful and new, learning how to trust somebody else's view. I gave a piece of me I'd never shared. For the first time in my life I actually cared. Music adds a warm, mournful, violent swell. Even if it's over, even if it changed, and the maps we drew have all been rearranged, I can't forget the hand that unlocked the door and showed me what this heavy heart was for. She was the first person I let in, where the armor ended and my skin begins. I pulled down the walls, I dropped the key. I pulled down the walls, I dropped the key. I opened my heart for the very first time. Music strips back to just a faint guitar pluck. She was the first. Pause. The very first. Very end.
I used to tell myself it's all a game, a cinematic trick to hide the pain. I watched the couples walking in the dark. I built a fortress made of cynical line. But then you looked at me as I had began to snap. Maybe love was real after all. Maybe it's not a trap to make you fall. It's a quiet hand, a steady light, a sudden warmth in the middle of the night. I started believing indeed. It's terrifying how the edges soften down when your favorite smile is coming to town. I don't look for the exit anymore, or keep my hand so close to brand new. And I'm rewriting everything I knew. I was a skeptic, a ghost in disguise, hiding the truth right behind my eyes. But you broke the winter with a single breath and brought this tired heart back from the dead. Maybe love was real after all. Maybe it's not a trap to make you fall. It's a quiet hand, a steady light. I started believing. Maybe it's real with you. Yeah, I believe it.
I used to think that I was made of stone, safe inside the walls I built alone. I kept my eyes down, I kept my head clear, never letting anyone get too near. But the universe had a different plan, to take the armor off of a lonely man. One smile from her changed everything, turned my winter night into a sudden spring. I didn't stand a chance. She brought the sun into my darkest night. Her smile became my weakness, and just like that, she had it all. It wasn't a storm, it wasn't a crash, just a flash of light through the window sash, the way her eyes crinkled at the edge. Pushed me right over the safely guarded ledge. I became fragile, I became soft, carrying the memory of her look aloft. And now I'm sitting here in the gray, watching that memory drift away. The same smile that built me up inside is the same ghost under which I hide. One smile from her changed everything. Turned my winter night into a sudden spring. I didn't stand a chance, I couldn't fight. Her smile became my weakness. Just one smile, and I was gone. It started so quiet, it started so small, just a face in the crowd, no warning at all. We talked about nothing, we laughed in the rain. I thought we were friends, just passing the time, walking a casual, comforting line. I didn't realize I was falling in love, like a star slipping down from the heavens above. No safety net, no warning, no sign. Suddenly your hand was resting in mine. I was blind to the shift, blind to the glowing. I was falling without even knowing. Now I look back at the steps that we took, the way that you smiled, the depth of your look. It was happening then, in the space between words, in the quietest music that nobody heard. My guard was still up, but the floor was gone. I was already deep by the break of the dawn. It's a beautiful terror, a helpless release, to know that a stranger has stolen your peace. I didn't intend to let somebody through, but I woke up today completely in love with you. I didn't realize I was falling in love, like a star slipping down from the heavens above. No safety net, no warning, no sign. I was falling without even knowing, without knowing. A muffled rhythmic synth pulse fades in like a steady heartbeat, a single echoing electric guitar chord. The morning coffee, the keys on the shelf. I used to do it pattern, a predictable life. No room for comfort, no room for the strife. But then you slipped into the spaces between and rewrote the script of my daily routine. Now every minute has a question for you, and every habit is a thing that we do. My day started revolving around her, and the lines of my life began to blur. From the moment I wake to the deep of the night, she's the clock that I watch, she's the shadow and light. I didn't plan it, I didn't foresee how she became the biggest part of me. I check my phone just to see if she's there, looking for an echo in the morning air. The grocery list, the songs that I play, the songs that I play, they all have a stamp at the end of the day. It's a terrifying thing to know that one person pulls every single string. And what happens now if the routine should break? What happens to the steps that I'm supposed to take? If the center is gone, do I just fall apart, spinning in circles in the dark, spinning in circles in the dark? My day started revolving around her, and the lines of my life began to blur. From the moment I wake to the deep of the night, how she became the biggest part of me. Every single day revolving around you, the heartbeat pulse stops. We sit on the bench, we talk about life. You tell me your secrets, your peace and your strife. I play the good friend, I smile on cue, doing the things that a friend ought to do. But the script is friend ought to do to read, but the script is getting too heavy to read when you are the only thing that I need. I started wanting more than the laughs on the living room floor, more than a shadow stand at your door. It hurts to be close but a million miles away, holding back the words I'm dying to say. I wanted more than friendship. You look right through me, you see right past the fragile disguise that is breaking so fast when you mention his name or look at your phone. It reminds me that I am completely alone. It reminds me that I am complete with my pride. I'm locked in a cage from the feelings inside. Do I tell you the truth and gamble it all, or stay in the dark, watching you fall into somebody else's arms every night, while I'm in the corner, losing the fight? I started wanting more than the laughs on the living room floor, more than a shadow stand at your door. It hurts to be close but a million miles away. I want him back, the word dying to say. I wanted more than friendship. just a friend. That's all I am to you. Heavy sigh, but I wanted more. I used to move like smoke through a room, a ghost in the corner, a shadow and gloom. I didn't think my presence made a sound, just another pair of feet on the ground. I was used to the silence, used to the cold, living a story that shouldn't be told. But then she looked at me and called my name, and the frozen world just wasn't the same. For the first time, I mattered to someone, like a dark winter sky, waking up to the sun. She didn't pass by, she didn't look through, she saw the reflection I never knew. The weight in my chest started to heal. She made me feel needed, she made me feel real. It's a strange kind of grace to be wanted this way, to have someone miss you at the end of the day, to know that your voice can quiet her mind is the sweetest truth I ever did find. I'm dropping the armor I wore as a shield, standing completely exposed in her field. I didn't know I had value or grace until my reflection inside of her face. A beautiful shelter from all of the rain, washing away years of the pain. For the first time, I mattered to someone, like a dark winter sky, waking up to the sun. She made him pass by. She made me feel needed. I mattered to someone for the first time. I lived a life in black and white, just waiting out the long and lonely night. I walked a straight and quiet line and told myself that I was doing fine, and told myself that I was doing fine. A steady heart, a frozen mind, leaving all the heavy things behind. But then the shadows parted at the seam, and I woke up inside a sudden dream. That was the moment my life changed forever. The pieces of the puzzle came together. A sudden flash, a beautiful spark, the spark that tore right through the middle of the dark. I felt the world beneath my feet begin to ring. That was the beginning of everything. No more counting down the fading hours, no more hiding from the heavy showers. I see the color rushing to the skin. I see the place where my new days begin. It's terrifying how a single look can rewrite every chapter in your book. I'm dropping all the armor on the floor. I'm stepping through a newly opened door. The old version of me has passed away in the light of this unbelievable day. That was the moment my life changed forever. The pieces of the puzzle came together. A sudden flash, a beautiful spark that tore right through the middle of the dark. That was the beginning of everything. Everything changed forever. A soft, peaceful exhale from the singer. Right then. Low, heavy felt piano notes echoing in a large space. A deep, mournful cello hum enters slowly. I watch you walk, I watch you smile. I stand right here across the aisle. We share a laugh, we share a space. We share a laugh, we share a space. But I'm just a visitor in your place. My hands are empty, my lips are sealed. But the silent storm in my chest is real. I haven't even told you how I feel. I hadn't even gotten her, but I feared losing her. Living in a future that hasn't begun, mourning a fire that hasn't seen the sun. It's a ghost of a heartbreak, a phantom pain, crying for a loss inside of my brain. I was so afraid to lose her. Every hello feels like a countdown line. Every sweet moment is running out of time. I'm terrified to step or make a move. Afraid I'll break the rhythm of this fragile groove. So I stay a friend. So I stay a friend, and I play it safe while I slowly drown in this lonely space. How can a heart break for what it doesn't know? How can I feel this much entirely alone? I'm grieving a memory we never made, watching a dream before it can even fade. I hadn't even gotten her, but I feared losing her. Living in a future that hasn't begun. I was so afraid to begun. Never mind, but still lost. I was so afraid.